Teens, like most of us, practice spending all too well. They racked up expenditures of nearly $180 billion in 2006, or about $107 a week spent by the average teen, according to Teenage Research Unlimited. In fact, many teens don't know what to do with the dollar if they don't spend it. Essentially, most teens, Iowans included, lack the financial skills to form good habits. These young consumers turn into young adults who have an equally depressing financial outlook. They don't know how to use credit cards, buy a car, get a loan, invest savings, find insurance, or start retirement plans. Too bad Iowa's economic success is depending on them. Unfortunately, Iowa students are not required to take a class in personal finance, which is partly why most graduates from Iowa high schools have little or no financial savvy. The cost of having financially illiterate Iowans is already showing up. We see record numbers of homeowners facing foreclosures, up 75% nationally from a year ago. Credit card debt is soaring. Nationally, 18 to 24-year-olds spend 30% of their monthly income on debt repayment. Personal bankruptcies have skyrocketed. 18 to 24-year-olds declaring bankruptcy show a 96% increase in the last 10 years. More students drop out of college for lack of money rather than for poor grades. Many retirees lack nest eggs and rely on meager Social Security checks and their own children to support them. Only 1 in 3 teens knows how to read a bank statement, balance a checkbook, and pay bills. Barely 1 in 5 has any idea how to invest. Package those statistics with the fact that 2/3 of Americans spend $1.22 for every dollar they make, and it's not a pretty outlook. You know, financial illiteracy affects each one of us. I bet some of you can point to personal examples in your own family where this is true. A small investment in financial education for Iowa youth via the proposed Model Core curriculum will reap plenty of economic benefits going forward. Research has shown that as little as 10 hours of personal financial education impacts students' spending and savings habits positively. For the rest of us, it's never too late to learn ways to get a little financially smarter. For the past few months, the Federal Reserve Bank of Chicago has worked with nearly 100 Iowa organizations, businesses, and government agencies to bring its outreach program for financial education to our state. Money Smart Week Iowa is April 5 to 12. It's filled with more than 150 financial education workshops and seminars to help any Iowan become more financially adept. That's us. You'll find free classes on how to buy a home, save for college, invest for retirement, avoid identity theft, teach kids to save, and more. These classes are for Iowans from all walks of life and all ages too. Now, money will never come with instructions on how to spend, save, and borrow wisely. And our financial environment is only going to become more complex. But Iowans place a high value on education, and financial education is no different. We know how to fix this issue. Cultivating Iowans who know how to manage their money will give our state fiscally better business owners, employees, politicians, entrepreneurs, executors, and retirees. The younger we start and teach money management skills, the better. The sooner we start, the better too. Thank you, and I would like to introduce Judy Jeffrey, Director of Department of Ed, who is working on the Model Core curriculum.
Thank you. Last Thursday, the State Board of Education approved the essential concepts and skills for the core curriculum for Iowa. In that approval, so far we have approved K-12 language arts, K-12 mathematics, K-12 social studies, 9-12 science, and 9-12 21st century skills. What's important for all of us to understand is the core curriculum is a response to individuals across Iowa who said they wanted more detail and assistance in order to help our students reach the state standards. It provides this detail for the teachers, and it is all about raising expectations for all of our students across Iowa. It is developed for all students, regardless of the career path that they want to undertake. It is not driven by a course title, but by the concepts and skills we believe are necessary for all students, regardless of whether or not they are planning to go directly to employment, to a community college, or to a four-year university. It is about improving teaching and learning in Iowa classrooms. It is not course-based, it is not textbook-based, and there is still a great deal of flexibility tied into the core more, so that teachers and school districts can analyze their curriculum, consider their teaching, and actually change some of their teaching practices so that we can promote more rigorous student work, more classroom assessment, so teachers can change their teaching and intervene with students more earlier than a one test, one day, one score. We know that that is where the power of improving student achievement is at. All of the research reports point to quality teachers in every single classroom in Iowa is what changes our expectations and raises student achievement. So we're very proud of the core curriculum and certainly are looking forward to passage in the legislature and approval by a governor. With that, I'd like to introduce to you our Honorable Governor, Chet Culver, who is totally supportive of core curriculum and the financial literacy. Thank you, Governor.
Thank you. Thank you, Director Jeffrey, for your leadership and for your comments this morning. I'd also like to thank Joanne Custer for her remarks and for her work with Money Smart Week and her focus on getting all Iowans, young and old, to learn as much as they can about financial literacy. So thank you very much for your leadership, Joanne, on this important issue. Today, I'd like to talk to you about why we must pass legislation incorporating Iowa's Model Core curriculum in every school district, and why personal finance literacy must be an important component of the curriculum. As a former teacher, and perhaps the only governor in the nation that's actually taught applied economics in high school, I understand how important it is that every child in every corner of Iowa receive an equal, quality education. I also understand how important it is to prepare students for real life outside the classroom. Setting standards and assessing students are important, but I believe we must go further to prepare our students for the 21st century. We must specify what our children should learn in school, not just what courses they should take. To prepare Iowa's young people to enter the workforce, the courses must be rigorous and relevant. A comprehensive curriculum for math, science, and literacy is critically important. Last year, the step that we took to raise the bar in terms of graduation standards in Iowa was also a good step to require more math and more science. Equally important are social studies and real-life skills necessary for the 21st century, such as health literacy, higher-level thinking skills, civic literacy, employability skills, and financial literacy. The statewide core curriculum is just that, a template for local school districts to use as a tool to ensure that teachers are teaching and all Iowa students are learning at a world-class level. This core curriculum supports a common sense philosophy that the key to student achievement lies not in a long list of standards, course titles, or high-stakes assessments, but rather in what specifically our students learn in the classroom from our teachers. I want to be clear, modernizing and strengthening our schools are essential. I'm asking the legislature to send to my desk for my signature the legislation instituting Iowa's core curriculum in every school district. My goal is simple, to teach our kids to love to learn more chemistry, more physics, more algebra, and more trigonometry. But more than that, I am committed to ensuring that every student can be successful in the workplace and in life. Students must learn to think critically, to work better and to work well with others, and to manage their finances, and most importantly, to positively contribute to their community and to our state. I'm well aware of the challenges our students are currently facing, but it is exciting to consider the impact of such a core curriculum and how that would impact their lives right now. Health literacy education will address the obesity epidemic and teach young people how to stay healthy and prevent illness and to be productive. Civic literacy, that will educate young people and encourage them to vote, to register to vote, to be more involved in the political process at every level. That's certainly been a goal of mine for many years.